Hi, my name is Jason Alster, and welcome to another show of Meet the Author. Our guest today is Faye Taylor, and she wrote the book Steel. Steel, a long overdue weekend in the Poconos turns tragic for young Faye Taylor and her husband Charlie when she is thrown from a horse. A fall that results in a broken back and severe spinal cord injuries. Thus begins a series of tragedies for Faye and her family. And it takes everything they have to combat each new challenge being thrown at them. From the depths of despair to triumph heights and back again, first-time writer Faye Taylor takes you on a roller coaster ride through life. Choices and experiences. This memoir tells the story of a woman whose faith and courage help her remain steadfast like steel. Faye Taylor's story of triumph over adversity is an inspiration to all who have to live with or care for someone with severe spinal cord injuries, and is a testament to the power of family and unconditional love. Here we have the book Steel by Faye Taylor. Welcome, Faye, and tell me, what is the picture that you have on the book?
Thank you for having me, Jason. The picture is of my spine, and there is a steel rod that they put in my back to stabilize my spine because my spine was cracked and 2 vertebrae were broken. And because of that, I called the book Steel.
Good. And what motivated you to write the book?
Whenever I told people that I broke my back, they would always be excited, in awe, and said, "Oh, you broke your back and you're walking. That would make a good story. You really should write a book. It would help and inspire other people." And I heard that so many times, I decided, okay, I should really write this book.
Well, you mentioned that you're walking, but can you be a little bit more specific? Because you do use a stroller. Were you in a wheelchair too?
Yes, I was in the wheelchair for a while, and with lots of therapy, I started walking, and I use a cane for short distances and a walker for long distances.
How long did it take for you to have your recovery to the point where you were able to walk?
At least 4 months. I was in Gaylord for a while there, and they taught me to walk again.
Wow, that's great to hear. What experiences did you learn from the accident that you can share with others? And that's actually the point of the book, right?
Yes, I learned determination. I learned not to take anything for granted. If I moved my little finger, I say, thank God I can move my little finger, because there was a time when I couldn't move at all. And someone had to do everything for me. And the importance of family. If my family were not there with me, I don't think I would have made it. But they gave me love and support, and they worked with me, and my sisters who were nurses, they took care of me, washed me, and did everything for me, so that helped a lot. And in my book, I talk about how important it is for family to be together.
What responses have you heard from others that have maybe read the book or heard you talk at libraries? And give some examples.
I've had great responses. People love the book and say it's inspired them. Some people have read it twice. I get responses that they couldn't put it down, send one to Oprah. And one lady told me that she has fibromyalgia and she keeps it on her bedside table. And every time she's in pain, she picks it up and it helps her to feel better. Because when she remembers what I went through, she said she got strength from that. Another lady had some brain problem, had brain surgery, and she said after reading my book, she was able to go on. She got the strength from my book to go on. So I've had a few responses. There were people really, say it's helped them to be strong and move forward.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So I know you talked about this just a moment, a little bit, but maybe go in a little bit more detail. How have people applied what they read from the book?
Well, they have, they read the book over and over, and it makes them, it inspires them to, to do it inspires them to be strong and to move on instead of just sitting and worrying, you know.
Okay. Where have you gone to talk about your experiences?
I've been to the libraries, and I've been on the Mary Jones Show, and the Jamaican radio station, 89.3, and the Hartford Public Library, Windsor Public Library, Bloomfield Public Library, so far.
Do you remember maybe an interesting question that you heard when you were at one of these talks?
An interesting question. Can't think of any at this time.
That's okay.
Except,
So maybe it would be a good time for you to read a little something from your book. Let the audience get an idea.
and this paragraph is when I was thrown from the horse. I didn't say that in 1989. I went on vacation and I was thrown from a horse and broke my back and got the spinal cord injury. So everyone stopped and the guide came to help me. Thoughts of dismounting were immediately dismissed by fear of the horse stepping on me. So I waited with the hope that the guide would help me off. Toby, which is the name of the horse, however, had other ideas. While trying to regain his footing, he tossed me to the ground. I felt myself falling as if in slow motion. Just like in the movies, I never imagined that was how it really seemed. I felt no fear. I would get up. There was instant pain and shock. The shock of the vigorous way in which Toby had gotten up, and the impact of my hitting what I later realized was a rock. I could not move.
Oh, so it wasn't just the fall, it was also hitting the rock.
Yes.
How many books have you sold so far?
Between 300 and 400 books.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
300-400 books?
Yes.
And how have you sold them? You had help?
Help family and friends helped me to sell them. Once again, my family came through for me. They sent out emails and they contacted all their friends and helped me to sell. About one sister sold 12, another sister sold 20, you know.
So family really helped. Have you thought of having a support group?
Wow. You just gave me an idea, and yes, I am now thinking of having a support group.
And what do you think you would talk about in the support group?
I would definitely talk about family because I am a strong believer in family, and I will talk about when you have an accident like this or a tragedy. You know, don't sit and dwell on it. Just try to move on, move forward, because we all have challenges in life. Things happen. It's never going to be perfect, and when something happens that's bad, we just have to learn to move on and not sit and worry too much.
Did you yourself read any books while you were ill before you started writing your book that was an inspiration to you?
Not really. After the accident, I read a book that was called It's Not What Happened to You, It's What You Do About It. And it was a man who had an accident too and was badly burnt, and it really did inspire me. Yeah.
So maybe, did you feel maybe because you did not read other books and you had to go through this process that you felt there was a need for this book out there?
It was a need. I think it was a need, and I think it was a need because people asked about it all the time and said, you know, you really should write this story. Wow, it's going to be an interesting story. It would help other people.
Mm-hmm. Do you have another part in there that you think you can read?
Let's see. One day, I had a dreadful experience. My bladder felt like it was about to explode. The pain in my back was at its highest level, and my head became dizzy. There was no one available to cath me. Why was I being tortured? I asked myself as I continued to press the call button. The torture continued another day when my body was fully inserted, with the exception of my head, into a big round machine. I had to lie still in the same position while they were doing the test. It could have been only half an hour, but being in extreme pain and unable to move gave me the sensation of being trapped in an underground mine for many hours.
Wow. Did you write this book yourself, or did you have it edited, or told somebody and they wrote it for you?
I wrote it myself, but I did have it edited.
So where do you have such a good writing experience?
I went to writing classes.
After the accident, or you knew
Yes,
you had
after
writing
the
classes before?
accident. After the accident, because when I started writing the book, I learned that's not how you write a book. So I took writing courses and had editors.
So you were very serious about getting this information out, and that you
Yes.
applied yourself and
Yes.
prepared yourself for this.
While I was in disability, I said, let's keep busy. Just sit and mop around and feel sorry for myself. Let's do something.
But you took a writing class,
Yeah.
not crochet class.
No.
What, do you have any secrets for writing? Because that actually, as an author myself, I can say that's a very well-written book there. So do you have any writing secrets that you learned that you can share with other authors, maybe?
Thank you. That you say you think it's well written. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
I really don't have a secret besides to read over and over and go over and cut and cut cuts and
Well, read us one more part. Pick something maybe towards the end.
towards the end. Sickness and accidents have become a way of life for me. When someone calls with the news, I am shocked or surprised. You see, I get these calls almost every day. My family and I live the unexpected daily. Well, I don't think I should read that part. It's too much. I wanted to read something, conclusion. Sickness, accidents, and death happen in every family. Not all at once, but eventually everyone will experience these. They are no respecter of person, place, race, or age. When they strike us, we must try to handle the situation calmly, fix it to the best of our ability, and continue on with our lives. We should not be stuck in one mode, but should learn from the experience and make good from a bad circumstance.
Very good. Very nice conclusion. What do you have in store for the future? Where would you like to go with this book? What would you like to do? Would you like to write a sequel? Would you, you talked about maybe the support group. What do you think you'd like to do?
I had not thought of it until everyone started once again. Everyone's telling me to write another book, and now
Really?
I'm thinking, yes.
What would the other book be
Write
on?
another book, and that's why I haven't started it yet, because I really don't have a subject as yet. But I've been thinking about it.
So why did they tell you to write another book?
I don't know. They just think that you just can't write one book. You need to write another book.
Maybe because they liked the way it was written.
Yeah. So I am thinking, and may continue. Another thing I didn't say that in my book, the following year, my accident was in 1989, and in 1990, my father was thrown at a motorcycle accident and broke his neck also.
So that would be very similar in a way. Motorcycle accident, thrown from a horse.
Bicycle he was riding. And the family was really, stressed there with me and my father at the same time. So we went through a period where it was really rough.
Do you have any, I won't say medical advice, but do you have any healing advice besides, did you take pain medications a lot, or?
Yes, I had to.
What other things have you done
had to
to
take-
help yourself with pain?
I exercise, I go to the pool, and
Do you do this every day? Do you still do
no,
it today?
not every day, but I still do it. I still go to the pool for therapy, pool therapy.
Pool therapy?
Yeah.
Water therapy?
Yeah, very stretching.
And you like that? Why do you think water therapy fits you versus maybe doing some other things in the gym?
Because I'm not as strong to stand firm, and and water helps me to stand. I stand better in the water and move better in the water, and the doctor recommended that.
So the water buoys you?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
the doctor prescribed
Very
it.
nice.
He said I should, try the pool therapy, and I work in the pool, do stretches, and lift the weights, and
And you're lifting
It's,
weights in the pool?
in the pool. Yeah.
Okay.
Little weights, not big ones.
Uh-huh. And what other healing advices would you have that you might, have you used anything in alternative medicine?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
chiropractor,
Yes.
acupuncture,
Yes, I have.
massage, what have you done?
All of those.
All of those?
All of those.
So can you tell me,
Whenever-
because I worked in alternative medicine for many years, I was a biofeedback therapist, and I work with pain also. Can you tell me a little bit about the different techniques that you used and how it helped you?
Okay, the chiropractor helps. I think it helps. But the chiropractor does not work with my lower back. He works with my neck, because I was also involved in a car accident and had whiplash. So he helps with my neck. And the acupuncture worked with my lower back. And what was the other one you mentioned? Acupuncture.
Acupuncture.
And chiropractor, and yeah, I've tried all. Oh, massages, yes. That
Massage.
helps to loosen the tight muscles. Yes.
Swedish massage, deep massage, what would
Just
you say?
light massages, because
Light
I
massage?
can't do it too deep.
Okay. So in this part of the show, I would like you, to sign over a book. We do this as a tradition. We still have some time after.
Got my
But
book
oh, you
and my
got your
pen.
own. It's very important for an author
Yes.
to have their
Their own pen.
pen for signing over,
And it's JASON.
JSONALSTER.
And the date, 4/11.
4/11/2012.
And thank you for having me.
My pleasure. What about now I know you talked about the steel rod, but also steel means strength.
Yes.
Do you feel that this has made you stronger in any way? Do you feel like you yourself are steel and not just the metal in your back?
Definitely, it has made me stronger. Yes. The fact that I had to cope with all these issues, that has made me stronger. I had to determine that I'm going to make it. I want to come back. I want to walk again. I want to be myself again. I was very active, and I wanted to. I just can't sit around and do nothing. So it made me strong to move forward. And
have you considered maybe being a therapist to other people?
no, I haven't considered that, but I will. I do talk to people and give them advice, but some people don't like to take advice, so I'll try to do that.
So I think that support group would be great.
Okay, yeah, I will try to do that.
Anything else you'd like to tell us about the book, or
The book is very inspiring.
where can they get the book?
Okay, at Amazon.com, it's in Kindle, and you can email me at noproblem11@comcast.net, and or
spell that
call
out. Spell that out.
NOPROBLEM 11@comcast.net, or you can call me 860-985-5934.
That's your cell phone.
Yes.
Okay. And what type of things do you want to continue to do? Do you want to give talks? Do you want to go to support groups? What do you want to do? What do you want to get invited to?
I am going to try to give talks, and like you advise me, start a support group, and just keep pushing away.
And have your own Facebook page we talked
Yes,
about.
my own Facebook page too.
For an author, they have, if you're an author, a good thing that you can do is to have an author's Facebook page.
Yes.
That would be great. And that's pretty cool. Let's see. What other things do you want to tell us about the book?
That you should try to get one and read it. Not just get it and put it down, but read it. I know a few people told me that when they started reading it, they couldn't put it down, and the ones who have read it again.
Oh, I see you have a whole bunch of pictures
Oh
in your
yeah,
book.
there are pictures in the book of myself and my family.
So some pictures, and you know what? Just looking at the pictures, it tells you that the family was so important in your healing, you know?
They were.
Show some of the
Definitely.
pictures to the camera.
Show the family or the accidents. Okay.
Yeah, let's see some pictures if we can
Yeah,
get I don't know how good the camera can zoom
I don't
in.
know, but that's me on the horse. And
They had a
that's,
picture of you on the floor?
Yes, that's when
How did they do that?
That's when I was thrown from the horse and couldn't
Who
move.
was carrying the camera?
My husband. We were on vacation, so he had the camera on his neck. So
Oh,
while
my.
we were waiting an hour for the
So
ambulance
that's
to
the
come,
camera. See that?
while we were waiting
see
an
that?
hour for the ambulance to come,
An hour. Where were you?
in the mountains, in the Poconos.
That must have been a real
It was
ordeal.
horrible, yes.
And you were in pain
And I
during
was
that
in
time?
pain and couldn't move. Just the same way I felt, I couldn't move.
And it was, did you ever go back to the place where it
No, I
happened to you?
never went back.
So
Here,
you're-
I'm on my way to the hospital, and that's when I'm in traction.
I'll hold that.
They put me in traction for a few days
There you go.
I guess, to get the swelling down from the spinal cord, because my spinal cord was damaged.
So you're one of those
So they-
traction machines. Did the beds
yeah.
turn around?
Yeah, and each
Oh.
time it turned, I thought I was falling off.
You were
And
upside
then the
down? or
nurse
just-
told me, no, you're not going to fall off. You're strapped down.
What we got here?
When I was at Gaylord, here I'm at Gaylord,
Mm-hmm.
and going home. Here I'm at Gaylord, and my family visiting, and here I'm going home in the wheelchair.
So, do you remember,
I can still walk, but
what do you remember
listen,
about that day when you finally went home?
it was an exciting day. But what happened at Gaylord, they give you little trial home visits
Oh.
before you go home permanently. But I wrote in the book too, the first day, my first day home, I said in my book, no coke, heroin, or anything could give me the high that I got that day going home.
Okay.
It was when I saw the lights outside and the streets, I'd forgotten about all this, and just was very exciting.
One of the things, now you talked about how you moved your finger, but one of the things that are important for people who are very, very ill, and you'll hear that, and they have recovery, or they're recovering, they say they notice the little things in life, how important they are. Can you
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that? Maybe you had that experience?
Yes, because like I said, I couldn't move at all, and I was in this big body cast, and everyone had to do something for me, wash me, take care of me. So when I was able to do something for myself, I noticed, thank God I can move my
can
hands
do
now.
that
I
for
can
myself.
lift it. Every time I do something, I say, thank God that I'm able to do something.
So we take for granted that we have to bless God every day that we
Yes,
can
yes.
take care of ourselves, because not
Those of
everybody
us
can
who
do that.
believe in God, that helped me too. My faith in God, prayer.
And you still kept your faith in God even
Yeah.
though this thing happened?
Yeah,
Can you talk about that? Because,
Yeah.
some people could say, well, this happened to me, maybe, there is nobody out there above
A
me
friend of
watching me.
mine has said to me, why you, Faye? And I said to her, why not me? Things happen to people every day. Why not me? I'm not that special. And I do believe that there's a higher power that makes life, and the food we eat and food that goes on the trees and all that. So I did pray and ask for healing, and my family and friends did too. And I think that helped.
And you prayed every day or just once in a while?
I don't remember now, because sometimes I was in so much pain. I don't know. Like
And
when I was
one
on the
trick you did
morphine.
so what trick did you do for pain? Do you have anything to share? Did you try guided imagery? Did you have like a safe place in your mind that you would imagine?
when I was in pain, and especially when I was on the morphine drip, I was like out of it, not really thinking straight. You know, when you're in so much pain, you really don't even think at all.
So it's more like the
Just-
morphine was helping you with that. Was that bad, the
Yeah,
pain?
but the morphine still didn't stop the pain at all. It
And
just
do you
made me
have
hallucinate.
Pain, oh, okay. Did you have pain? Do you still have pain today? at
Oh
all?
yeah, cramps and tightness and
So
pains,
it's
and
thing
especially if
that's
it's
been
going to
for
rain.
years. Oh,
If it's going to rain, I can tell you it's going to rain.
my grandmother could predict the rain.
I call it the
I
rain
remember that. The
pain.
rain pain.
In my book, I said it's made me a meteorologist. No, I can predict the weather.
Oh, okay. So we're finishing our show now. Do you have one last thing, one last message for people that you might not have said yet, or repeat something that you have said? What would be the most important thing?
Yeah, the most important thing is to be strong and not worry about life, because we all have challenges, and you know, we are going to be down sometimes, but try to be up most of the time.
Well, Faye, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.